Welcome back to the FU Cancer podcast. Today, we're focusing on a topic that doesn't always get enough attention, but is absolutely critical: fall prevention and mobility during a cancer journey. Many people undergoing cancer treatment experience challenges with strength, balance, and coordination due to the disease process itself, side effects from treatment, or simply reduced physical activity. These challenges can increase the risk of falls, and even one fall can significantly impact recovery, independence, and overall well being. To help us understand how to stay safe and mobile, we're joined by Elana Feldman, an advanced cancer exercise specialist specializing in oncology rehabilitation and functional mobility. Elena's work focuses on helping patients regain strength, maintain independence, and adapt safely to physical changes during and after cancer treatment. She is passionate about empowering individuals with practical tools to reduce fall risk and improve quality of life throughout their journey. Thanks for listening to the FU Cancer podcast. My name is Christina Rollins. I'm a dietitian, mom, and wife to a pretty awesome cancer survivor. We said FU to cancer nearly 25 years ago and are still going strong. I'm excited to share the FU Cancer movement, where we are a community of survivors, fighters, caregivers, and advocates, connecting our shared experiences, passion, and determination to live a holistic and well-balanced life. Stay tuned, because we've got a lot to talk about. Hey, Elana, welcome to the FU Cancer podcast. We're so happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and talk to everybody.
So many people don't realize, I think, how common falls actually are for people undergoing cancer treatment. So can you start by explaining why we see an individual's fall risk increase during cancer care?
Yeah, that's a great question to start off with. So, when we are experiencing these falls and certain things, a lot of times we're going through our treatments through chemo, the radiation, the meds. So, we're going to be fatigued, kind of not ourselves, feeling a little bit dizzy, off. Everything is manageable, but it's finding out why this is happening and how come it's happening. And it's our bodies are going through different processes because it's not what we're used to. So it's getting used to the new norm.
So what are some of the most common physical changes that you've seen in your experience that can really impact a person's balance, strength, or coordination?
Yeah. So many people experience muscle loss right away with your muscles. You're not really using them. Also, neuropathy is one of the big things, the numbness, the tingle, which makes you not feel your feet and legs and arms. So that balance is definitely going to throw someone off. And it's not that you have to move fast, it's moving with intention and how you want to move and moving forward.
So as an individual is going through their treatment journey, are there specific signs or symptoms that the patient or their caregivers should be on the lookout for?
Yeah, that's a great one. So when it's observing it, it's not trying to, say someone's doing something wrong or this. It's just observing their different norm of how they're showing up. So it's grabbing onto furniture, hesitating to actually move their body, avoiding the movement, and noticing, just those small little changes.
Yeah, I think we kind of see that when we see someone like, like last Friday I was at a football game and a woman in the aisle next to me stood up, and you could tell as soon as she stood up, she sort of kind of wobbled and then braced herself. So it's like I was like holding my breath, like, oh my gosh, she's gonna fall, because you can almost see it coming before they even start moving.
Definitely. Yeah, when I'm out in public, sometimes it's hard. You're watching someone and you don't want to rush over and say, let me help you, but you can observe and see that is a little bit more difficult or little different signs to be able to show up for them.
So, what strategies do you recommend to help people stay active and maintain their muscle strength safely, right? Like we want them to be safe during treatment, but how can they maintain their self as they're kind of dealing with everything else?
Yeah, so it's every small moment because I think people think we have to just do something and it has to be the biggest thing. It's the littlest steps, it's the short walks, it's the chair stands, it's everyday movements helping you get in and out of chair, lifting up like you're getting in and out of a car, getting walking up something. So, and it's not to compare your body because every day is going to be different. So you can't, so I always teach someone, don't compare from the day before or the next day. It's we're living in the present, what's going on at that time.
So, how do you approach someone who is maybe ready or in need of an assistive device like a cane or a walker, but they're seeing that as a setback and they're not quite ready to accept that they need that kind of assistance?
Definitely. I think that's one of the biggest challenges because our ego sometimes gets in the way and we want to show up a certain way, we want to look a certain way and we think this is going to define us. So it is, it's helping the tools to prevent that isolation, to prevent that fear and not to define them. So instead of I have to, it's I get to use this. I get to show up for myself, to make myself safe, to still do the things that I love to do, but not define me and not saying that I have to. It's reframing our conversation that we're having with ourselves.
Well, I think to add to that, it's also like it doesn't have to be every day forever, right? Like this isn't your new norm necessarily. It might just be to get you over the hump to the next phase of recovery.
Correct. I always say better be safe than sorry. We want to show up exactly. It's not an everyday thing. It is helpful and a way to allow you to still continue to do the things that you love to do.
So, what are some other changes that people can make in their home in particular to create a safer environment and reduce the risk of falling?
Yeah, that's a great one because so many times we don't really think about our home environment. We're out and about, our things are, that we're used to. So bright lighting, making sure there's not clutter, grab bars, non-slip mats. It's creating that confidence in your home and moving and walking your house and showing what is, needs to be picked up or needs that extra help and knowing that that's okay. You can redefine that and change the energy of the flow of the house.
Probably throw rugs are another one, right? Like we put these
Yes.
beautiful throw rugs out everywhere, but they curl, right? They're not safe.
Yes.
They're not necessarily safe to have.
Yeah, safety isn't about a restriction. It's about creating safe for confidence and showing up that way. Because I mean, even to myself, I'm knowing watching myself trip or certain things, I'm knowing maybe I should have put it in a different spot and just, a brighter light. Just the little things that we tend to forget about.
Mhm. Well, something you mentioned earlier was neuropathy. So I want to dig a little bit more into that. So, how does that sort of loss of sensation in one's feet lead to falls? Like, how do those two connect?
Well, when it connects because you're dealing with numbness and tingles, so you're not feeling that. You're not even sometimes knowing that you are on a balance. So your balance is going to be off because you're not feeling that energy
Mhm.
of what it used to. You used to be able to feel and understand, well, I'm off balance, but your body is not. And so it's pacing those activities and wearing the supportive shoes and also acknowledging what's going on in your body. If you can't walk or you can't do, don't try to push yourself more because you feel like in your head, you can do it, but sometimes that's where it's hard is we know physically in our head, mentally we can do it and our body's not. So it becomes frustrating. And to have that grace and kindness towards yourself.
So, are there specific exercises or physical therapy techniques that are especially effective in improving balance and mobility? Excuse me.
Yeah, definitely. So one I just almost did, it's like a sit to stand. You're sitting to stand, so you're able to do that breathing and mindful mind, body, and soul. I think connecting with yourself, knowing where you're at. Balance isn't about standing still, it's about being centered and kind of showing up that way. Also, a core is really big, your core engagement for that stability to have that. And it's the little things that, you don't have to do this big extravagant movement, but and also everyday life activities like getting in and out of a car, getting in and out of a shower or a chair and building that strength.
Well, something that we talk a lot about on this podcast is the caregiver's role in cancer care and boundaries, right?
Yeah,
So, where can the caregiver kind of fall where they want to prevent falls from happening, but they also don't want to overstep their boundaries or limit the person's independence?
definitely. That's a really good one because a lot of times I think boundaries get crossed because you're wanting to help and you're both wanting to show up for each other, but sometimes you have to set that boundary and empower them. Don't overstep. So I think it's including them in the process, not like I'm the caretaker, I'm the one who knows. It's I'm here to support. I'm here to walk by you, not in front of you. And I think that's one of my biggest things is walking next to someone and showing up. And independence doesn't mean doing everything all alone. It means more like supportive and knowing that help that you can ask and get.
Well, for someone who has already experienced a fall, what's the best way for that person to kind of rebuild their confidence and reduce the fear of falling again?
Right. That's a really, really good one because I think so many times when we fall, we want to give up or we're afraid or we're thinking that that's going to define. So once again, I go back to the thing. Does not define you. Fear is valid. This is a real thing. So start small, start safe, understand what caused it, understand where it's coming from and work with that. Progress over perfection. I think we always, think, well, I used to be. And don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to this person that you did the day before you, the day 3 days before. Every day is going to be different. It's showing up and it's making progress in the little steps that happen. And you're not fragile. You're learning a new way to show up for yourself.
Well, Elena, thank you for sharing your expertise and your insight in this area. I think kind of the take home message is that falls don't have to be an inevitable part of cancer care. I mean, with the right strategies, support, and really being proactive, it's possible for individuals to stay steady and stay mobile as they move through their cancer journey.
Definitely. Yeah, it's just showing up for yourself, not defining it, and just digging deep and knowing that it's what vibe and energy you want to put into it as well. It's not changing you, it's changing how you show up for yourself.
Yeah. Well, Elena, again, thank you so much for being here today. And listeners, if you found this conversation helpful, you can visit our website at fucancer.health. We have a ton of expert-led resources available at a low cost to our members, nutrition, movement, and mental well-being. So check it out. Until next time, I'm Christina Rollins. Thanks for listening.